Hey, it's Sanya Richards-Ross, four-time Olympic gold medalist. Be sure to tune in to WeTV every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and you're watching MadameNoire. Okay, so I decided to do reality TV because I'm a reality TV junkie myself, and I just always thought that we had a family for TV. I have a very cool Jamaican family. We're very hardworking. They say I have an Olympic standard on and off the track. They kind of call me the bully, but I just think I'm proactive. And so you get to see us have a family business, and really I'm trying to achieve what I call an empire with my team, which I call Team SRR. So it's a lot of fun. I actually love being followed by cameras. You know, most people ask what the process was like. I'm used to having cameras on me for that big moment, but in reality TV, it's like every moment's a big moment. You know, they're capturing the behind the scenes, but it was a lot of fun. We had a great cast. I enjoyed it, and I'm happy with the end result. The show has been great so far, so hopefully people are also enjoying it. I think there are pros and cons to working with your family, just like working with anyone else, but the pros far outweigh the cons. For me, it's a blessing to be able to share my success with my family, but the difficulty sometimes is it's hard to separate, and I wish with my sister and I, which most of you saw on the first 2 episodes, we didn't have a contract. In retrospect, I should have wrote a contract, just so that we both have an understanding of what we're doing. So I would say, you know, the best advice for family is to start your business the way you would with anyone else, and to write the contract so you're both on the same page and you understand. But we finally came to an agreement. We still don't have a contract, so I should take my own advice, but it's great working with family. Well, I like that people think my husband and I are a power couple. I think I have the best husband in the world and the sexiest, but don't get too close. But yeah, I just always try to prioritize my marriage, and I think it helps because my husband is also an elite athlete, so he understands what it takes to be the best in the world, and he really just gives me my space to be able to travel and to train and all the things that I need to do to excel. So it makes me love him even more, and you know, we don't get to spend all of our time together, so when we are together, we cherish it and we make the best of it. But it's not always easy, and you get to see that on the show as we have some of those challenges. I think all men want that traditional woman sometimes and that woman on the go sometimes, you know, but they can't have it both ways, you know, so you see that on the show as well. Do I worry about groupies? I would say when my husband's been in the league for 7 years, and I'll never forget my first experience at training camp. There were a couple girls with like a banner, like a big poster with their phone numbers on it. And I thought, this cannot be real. I mean, they didn't have a player's name. It was like, anybody call me. And I realized that, you know, groupies were real, but my husband has never given me anything to worry about. And, you know, the few times we've been in a situation where a chick was close, I think they could tell I don't play that. So it's been good, all good. Oh man, I got tremendous response after the Olympic Games. You know, it was, we think, and actually it was coined the women kind of games because we had a lot of success, not just for black women, but women across the board for Team USA. So it was great to be a part of that. To see Gabby Douglas have her success in gymnastics. We won all the relays, we won the sprints, we won the 200 and the 400 for Team USA, so it was awesome. And you know, it's funny for women, I think sometimes people talk about our performance, but we get a lot of talk about other things. So my hair, my earrings, all that stuff got a lot of attention in the games, but it was a great experience for me. Growing up, I felt like I had to be a tomboy in order to be taken seriously as a female athlete. And I think that notion has changed over the years. And if you love fashion, you love beauty, you can go out there and be respected as an athlete. And I want to continue to be an ambassador for that, so that young girls won't want to get out of sport because they feel like they have to be a tomboy. So I loved it, and hopefully I've empowered other women to go out and do the same. I definitely understand the black girls' worries with our hair and working out. And so for me, I find what works is I wear extensions a lot, and that helps to keep my natural hair from breaking and damaging. I don't have a relaxer on my natural hair right now, so that also helps. But by having my extensions, I don't have to worry about putting heat on my hair all the time. You can kind of braid it, pull it back in a ponytail, and then you can always pull it out and look nice for the rest of the evening. So for me, extensions work really well. For some of us, we can get braids, you know, to kind of help during the summertime when it's really hot and we're working out, because none of us want to mess up our fly dues. But it is a struggle. It's a struggle, and I get it. But I think it's more important for us to work out and stay healthy, so we have to kind of sacrifice our hair every now and then, ladies. We really do. It's always heartbreaking for me whenever I hear that one of the athletes in my sport or any sport has tested positive for steroids. I think it's unfortunate because as athletes, we are role models to a lot of young young people, and it's important that they know you can do it the right way, that through hard work and perseverance you can be the best. And so it always breaks my heart. I always feel really badly, especially in track and field, when someone has doped and they get the gold medal and that person that worked hard and got silver didn't get that opportunity to stand on top of the podium or to reap the benefits of their hard work and success. So it's always tough. I'm a fan of sport, and so whenever I see it, it's disappointing for me. Kids, especially Caribbean kids, are a big part of my heart. And so I actually started a foundation, I guess it's probably about 6 years ago now, in Jamaica, called the Sanya Fast Track program. And we started with 70 kids, and it was all geared towards literacy and getting these kids caught up on their grade level for reading. And it started with 70 kids. Now we have 700 kids in Kingston, Jamaica in our program that are now learning to read on their grade level. They also play a sport every day, so there's also, of course, that extracurricular activity. And we feed them and just really encourage them. And I try to go down once or twice a year to also interact with them. So for me, that's a very, very important part. I want those kids to know that I came from exactly where they are, especially there in Kingston, Jamaica. And I achieved all of my dreams, or many of my dreams so far, and they can do the same.